are the latest snapshots of the challenges from an influx of migrants in this country. Violence inside the same hotel where police say a 14-year-old was raped. El Paso's Gateway Hotel forced to shut down after a lawsuit. The county attorney's office says it was allowing illegal activity, including consuming drugs and gang activity, from members of Tren de Aragua, a Venezuelan gang now declared a foreign terrorist organization by Texas Governor Greg Abbott.
TDA is notorious for their brutal violence and murder, and their kidnapping, extortion, bribery, and trafficking of drugs, weapons, and even humans.
In the state of Ohio, particularly in Springfield, Haitian migrants have relied a lot on public resources, but are also credited with helping the local economy grow.
I met this morning with a number of business people who employ these Haitians, and they tell me that they're really essential, to them getting the job done. They work hard, they're family focused.
More than 200,000 Haitian and 100,000 Venezuelan migrants have arrived legally, along with Cubans and Nicaraguans, for a total of 530,000. All part of the Biden.
Now, these are interesting new numbers. This is through August. The number for Haitians has jumped up significantly. But again, this isn't the total number of immigrants, period. This is just the CHNV parole program. Okay.
Administration's CHNV parole program. Federal agents say they have no way to vet those who are here and mostly rely on the honor system.
If they tell us they're from so-and-so and this is their name, we can't check against Venezuela's database. They're not.
So here's my question. How do you work on an honor system for people that have no documentation to where you're not able to check and verify these things? Let me ask you guys this question. Do you guys think that this is a safe way to do this? If you guys think that this is a safe way to do this, give me a thumbs up. If you guys don't think that this is a safe way to do this, then give me a thumbs down. And shout out to everybody that's watching. I really appreciate you guys. We got 15 people watching. Shout out to y'all. And we have, give me 1 second, 19 likes. If everybody could take a moment, smash that like button, hit that bell, share the stream to your social media, that would be great. We got 13 live viewers and 19 likes. So to get that 1-to-1, we got to get 6 live viewers.
Say they have no way to vet those who are here and mostly rely on the honor system.
If they tell us they're from so-and-so and this is their name, but we can't check against Venezuela's database. They're not going to give us access to it, so we have to let them go.
The Biden administration's parole program gives migrants temporary protected status. But the former head of ICE told me the agency has neither the resources nor the manpower to follow up with, deport, or even check in on those who came in through the program once their 2-year time period is up.
So now what's the point of border patrol even doing anything with these people then? Think about that. What's the point of border patrol even doing anything with these people? How can they do anything with these people? They have no ability to enforce any kind of law whatsoever. So if anybody was curious as to how these people end up getting back into the country, like, this is how. It seems like they have no jurisdiction to be able to do anything.
In Washington, I'm Christine Frizzau.
All right, so there's that. All right, so now next we're going to take a look at another video. And this video here, for the most part, is just Greg Abbott giving a short statement on what the plan is in Texas as far as Tren de Aragua goes.
To more directly target TDA, I directed DPS to elevate TDA to a tier 1 gang, the worst of the worst, ensuring that DPS deploys the resources that are needed to corral this growing menace. I am officially declaring TDA a foreign terrorist organization. Texas is aggressively going after these foreign terrorist organizations of TDA. I ordered the Texas Department of Public Safety to launch a statewide operation directly targeting TDA to deter and to disrupt the criminal operations in Texas. DPS is collaborating with federal and local law enforcement through the Texas Anti-Gang Centers. Also, I signed laws that provide more than $100 million to support these anti-gang centers over just the next 2 years. But to more directly target TDA, I directed DPS to elevate TDA to a tier 1 gang, the worst of the worst, ensuring that DPS deploys the resources that are needed to corral this growing menace. Also today, I am officially declaring TDA a foreign terrorist organization. We will bring the full weight of the government against the TDA. By declaring TDA a foreign terrorist organization, Texas will use the courts to halt their operations, use civil asset forfeiture to take their property, use enhanced criminal penalties to keep them in jail behind bars for longer periods of time. At this time, I'm going to sign that proclamation. Texas is aggressively going after these foreign terrorist organizations of TDA. Also, I directed the DPS to create a new TDA strike team made of highway patrol officers, DPS special agents, Texas Rangers, SWAT teams, including aircraft, helicopters, and drones, K-9 teams, and intelligence units. These strike teams will collaborate with Texas Anti-Gang Center law enforcement officers to surge resources to areas where known or suspected TDA activity is taking place. TDA is characterized as MS-13 on steroids. TDA is the largest criminal organization in Venezuela.
So you guys see this, the amount of money that's going to go for this. Governor also announced the allocation of over $100 million to support the Texas anti-gang centers over the next 2 years. So my question for you guys is, how effective do you guys think that this will be? Yeah, facts. Shout out to Shatera. Shatera said, freak off the like button. Big facts. All right, so we're going to take another look. All right, let me see.
This is a nonpartisan, bipartisan issue.
On Monday, Governor Greg Abbott says Texas has confirmed the presence of an international gang in the state. It's a Venezuelan gang known as Tren de Aragua, and the Biden administration has already sanctioned its members. During a press conference Monday morning, Abbott says incidents involving Tren de Aragua, known as TDA, have happened across the state, including in Central Texas, North Texas, Houston, and most prominently, El Paso.
El Paso, Venezuela is really ground zero at that point. One, because they continue to support the Juarez-related gangs involved in smuggling of people across the border.
Abbott says that includes more than 20 suspected TDA members arrested at the Gateway Hotel in El Paso, amid allegations it was housing TDA members. He adds that over the course of 2 incidents of migrants rushing the border, more than 100 suspected members were arrested. In response, Abbott is narrowing the state's focus on the international gang by upping the prosecution process and creating a Department of Public Safety strike team. When the federal government sanctioned TDA 2 months ago, they noted that the gang does target migrants, including for human trafficking.
It's important that we communicate, certainly in Spanish, how they can report, certainly to the local law enforcement officials, but also in terms of iWatch, any criminal activity.
Is there any concern that there's other policies or other things going on in Texas that could affect how comfortable migrants feel coming forward to collaborate?
We haven't seen anything like that yet.
Thank you for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and get the latest news by downloading the.
All right, so there's that. All right, so now next, I don't know if anybody is aware, but there is a lawsuit that is going on in Colorado, and this lawsuit that's going on in Colorado is in the city of Castle Rock. All right, and it's a very interesting lawsuit because the origins of the lawsuit come from issues that are occurring with the migrant crisis. So we're going to take a look at this last Tren de Aragua video real quick, and then we're going to take a look at what's going on in Colorado, because it's everywhere dealing with this migrant crisis is just out of control.
Well, Tren de Aragua, that's the name of the gang that's been associated with violent crimes popping up across the country. The News 4i team has been working to get you answers on how officials will address the threat here in San Antonio. Today, Governor Abbott's press conference addressed just that.
Our top priority is the security and the safety of our fellow Texans.
During today's news conference in Houston, Governor Abbott announced the launch of a new database to consolidate the amount of arrests made of members of the gang Tren de Aragua, who he also designated a terrorist organization.
Today, I'm announcing what Texas is doing to stop the spread of TDA in our state.
For months, News 4 San Antonio has been covering the increasing trend of violent cases in town that are linked to this Venezuelan gang. Arrests of members have already been made in cities like El Paso, and less than a month ago, one individual associated with Tren de Aragua was part of the arrests made for a sex trafficking ring here in San Antonio. The I-Team's Jay Avila spoke with a business owner who moved his business away from the Migrant Resource Center out of fear.
I was very concerned for the safety of my employees. Now in my new location, it's not an issue.
We've also worked to get answers from law enforcement experts. We spoke with former Homeland Security agent Ari Jimenez about Tren de Aragua. He told us the situation is serious and will keep getting worse if not addressed.
We started seeing them in the past couple of years coming into the U.S. So unfortunately, within the next 3 to 5 years, we're going to have a very violent gang, Latin American gang, operating in major cities in the U.S.
Well, the governor's actions today will be used to look for existing trends in Tren de Aragua gang members. That includes things like tattoos, crimes, and methods of operations. They will cross-reference those with similar arrests made throughout the state. As the database is implemented, we'll wait and see how effective this will be in stopping the threat. From the newsroom, Ethan Trejo, News 4, San Antonio.
Now, let me ask you guys a question. Do you all think that it wouldn't be a bad idea for all of these states or all of these different areas that are dealing with Tren de Aragua to link up and combine their forces and combine their leads and combine their information to be able to create a nationwide task force that's able to track and get rid of Tren de Aragua? To me, that would be one of the most efficient things that any of these areas that are dealing with Tren de Aragua could do. But for whatever reason, it doesn't seem like they've done that yet. And one of the reasons why they haven't done that yet is because none of the branches or none of the states that are dealing with these situations get along. And since they don't get along, it makes it very inefficient. And the only people that suffer from those inefficiencies are the people in those states, which, you know, for the most part, a lot of this has been politicized. So really, it's the focus on the politician and how things benefit the politician, not so much how it benefits the people of the state.
The topic of immigration has been at the forefront of many people's minds recently. According to the city of Denver, the city has served more than 42,000 people since December 2022. The Denver Asylum Seeker Program, which provides workforce training and legal support services, is currently serving around 850 people. However, some say Denver is seeing too many migrants. Your reporter in Douglas County, Olivia Young, joins us live now tonight. And Olivia, earlier this month, the Castle Rock Town Council voted unanimously to explore suing the city of Denver over its migrant policies. And as you reported, Douglas County already filed a lawsuit.
And that's certainly right. That one was against the state of Colorado and Jared Polis. And it's not just Douglas County. El Paso, Elbert, Garfield, Mesa, and Rio Blanco counties are all a part of that lawsuit, which challenges 2 state laws that prevent local governments from cooperating with the federal government on immigration. Now, Castle Rock, Parker, and even Aurora may take similar action. Castle Rock Town Councilman Max Brooks says Denver has had trouble housing newcomers, and they're spilling over into neighboring communities.
This isn't just a decision that Denver gets to make because it's impacting the rest of the Front Range. So the idea is to join with other municipalities and say, it's time to stop.
Brooks put forth the motion directing Castle Rock's attorney to explore a lawsuit against Denver. He says neighboring municipalities have already expressed interest in joining.
Our town attorney office has already had conversations with Douglas County, with the city of Aurora, and also the town of Parker.
It's too early to know what that lawsuit may entail or if Castle Rock would join the existing lawsuit against the state of Colorado. It's not clear how many, if any, migrants are living in Douglas County.
You don't wait until the hurricane is on you to board up your windows and leave town. We understand that there is a storm coming.
But a recent post from the Douglas County...
I don't disagree with this guy. If you guys agree with his logic, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. I agree with that 100%.
Sheriff's Office announcing the arrests of 11 car thieves, listed 3 of them as Venezuelan nationals. It led to widespread concern on social media.
It is happening. We are having issues here in Douglas County. We are having migrants come in here. There have been incidences of crime.
This Castle Rock father told me he's concerned by reports of gang activity in Aurora and believes it could spill over into his community. He supports the town's decision to explore a lawsuit. Brooks has empathy for asylum seekers and says he's not labeling all migrants as criminals.
This isn't about labeling or saying that the migrants need to be deported. It's not about that. It's about stopping and making sure that we're not bringing in any more when obviously Denver is not able to handle what has already happened.
Now, it is a weekend, and we have not yet heard back from the city of Denver on a request for comment. The next step will be attorneys for interested towns and counties getting together and discussing their legal options. Brooke says any other Colorado municipalities are welcome to join in those conversations. Karen?
All right, Olivia, thank you for your reporting. We appreciate it. Olivia is your reporter, your neighbor in Douglas County. She grew up in Castle Rock, graduated from Douglas County High. Her family still lives in Dougco. Olivia, of course, committed to getting answers for them and you. Olivia is just one of your reporters all across the state.
All right, so there's that. All right. So now next, what we're about to do is we're going to take a look at another quote unquote case of a criminal migrant. All right. And I think that we've talked about this individual before. When I saw the picture that they had on the thumbnail, it looked familiar. It looked like an individual who was from Boston. And I think that, don't quote me, I think that this individual is a Haitian migrant from Boston that did some pretty foul things to a minor. So let's check this out real quick.
1.3 million migrants have been allowed into the U.S. through two controversial Biden-Harris administration programs. Bill Malusian joins us on that now from our Midwest Bureau. Bill, what do you have? Good morning.
Bill, good morning to you. Record high illegal crossings down at the southern border have obviously been a huge political headache for the Biden administration. So at the start of 2023, they created two new programs to allow migrants to come into the U.S. legally, bypassing Border Patrol entirely. And according to new CBP data, those Biden programs have now allowed more than 1.3 million migrants to come into the U.S. So take a look at this. According to that CBP data, about 530,000 migrants have now flown into the U.S. as part of the Biden administration's controversial mass parole program for Cubans, Haitians, Nicaraguans, and Venezuelans. It's called the CHNV program. Now, more than 200,000 of them have been Haitians coming in, and at least two of those Haitians were arrested for sexually assaulting children this year. Take a look. Earlier this month, Haitian national Akeem Mark Desire was arrested for allegedly molesting a 10-year-old boy in Massachusetts.
Now, did they say, how many did they say? How many Haitians committed crimes? I missed that part. Did you guys hear? If you guys heard, put the number in the chat. And shout out to everybody that's watching. I really appreciate you guys. If you all haven't smashed the like button yet, please do me a favor. Take a moment, smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell, please take a moment, hit the bell. And also, please share the stream to your social media.
1,000 migrants have now flown into the U.S. as part of the Biden administration's controversial mass parole program for Cubans, Haitians, Nicaraguans, and Venezuelans. It's called the CHNV program. Now, more than 200,000 of them have been Haitians coming in, and at least two of those Haitians were arrested for sexually assaulting children this year.
Okay, so these are sexual assaults of children. 2 out of 200,000. Now, let me ask you guys a question. Is the percentage of sexual crimes in other groups of people higher or lower than the instance of crime with the Haitians? Let me know what you guys think.
Here, take a look. Earlier this month, Haitian national Akeem Mark Desire was arrested for allegedly molesting a 10-year-old boy in Massachusetts. He first flew into the U.S. as part of the CHNV parole program in June of 2023. Then back in March, another Haitian national, Corey Alvarez, was arrested for aggravated child rape. That's after prosecutors say he raped a girl in a migrant hotel outside of Boston. He also flew into the U.S. as part of the CHNV parole program back in June of 2023. Now,
let me ask you guys this question. I know for the most part, most people that watch this channel have heard about that first guy. Did you all hear about the second guy? If you all heard about that second guy, give me a thumbs up. If you guys did not hear about that second guy, give me a thumbs down.
A second program. According to CBP data, since January 2023, more than 800,000 migrants have now been allowed into the U.S. via the Biden administration's use of the controversial CBP One cell phone app. That allows migrants to book appointments at ports of entry to be released into the U.S. That includes nearly 45,000 migrants last month alone, an average of nearly 1,500 migrants coming in every single day. And this year, Kenal Baptiste, a Haitian national who came into the U.S. in July 2023 via that cell phone app, was arrested in New York and charged with a double murder after he allegedly stabbed two men to death. And back out here live, these two programs combined together have been bringing in roughly 70,000 to 80,000 migrants every single month. And those migrants are not counted in Border Patrol data because they are not illegal crossings. So yes, Border Patrol numbers have been down significantly this year, but those numbers are not a true reflection of the amount of people who are being allowed into the country. Wow. Bill, we'll send it back to you.
Okay, Bill, thanks. Stay on it. I know you will. Bill Malusian in Chicago today. Thank you. I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade. And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.